That's the sound of metal. That's the sound of a steel structure opening. Is it steel or is it wood? What's a scyther case? What is a scyther case? What am I picking up? Oh, I leveled up. What is it? Is it this? Is it one of these things? No, it's not one of these things. What is a scyther case? A type of musical instrument designed to be played across a lap or a table. Okay. We can eventually make an instrument in Field Voyager. So I've got the threads, I've got the case. Books then. The History of Flight Volume 3. Several years after Mad Fong's first successful flight, a scholar from the south discovered the unusual device known simply as the inscrutable power source. A few years later, scholar Xu Wen came up with the design for a flyer that used this mysterious new device. Initial attempts bordered on apocalyptic, in one case destroying half of a mountainside and the village that lay below. Several scholars tried to outlaw the use of this strange new energy source, but Xu Wen continued his experiments until at last he was successful. Unfortunately, his prototype was too successful. Both he and the flyer took off at great speeds towards the north, and neither was ever seen again. Amazing. You receive Strength of Wood. You get hidden bonus for reading books. Is that a steel structure?
It looks like we have everything we need to get our flyer going again. We have to hurry if we want to rescue Master Li. We should head back to our camp at Tien's Landing and use the Dragonfly so we can continue on to the Imperial City.
Back at our camp at Tien's Landing? Why don't we use the Dragonfly here? I thought the Dragonfly is right here. Alright, level up. Done. 15 style points. 6. Alright. Back, okay. Exit. Why don't we just fly from here?
Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous Dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source.
I have one. Here.
Ha ha! What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only 2 in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous Dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the Dragonfly, and it will be ready to go.
Good.
Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash.
What about Rue? He's waiting to take me back.
Don't worry about that. When the marvelous Dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it.
Right.
Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own.
So do we take Rue with us? Okay, let's get out of here.
Ha ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous Dragonfly is about to take flight!
You received Shrieking Fury, you lost Inscrutable Power Source. The route is plagued by enemy ships. What do you want to do? Attack? This thing has a gas gun at the front of it. Okay, sure. Use mouse wheel, Q or tab. Mouse tool you want to use the selected upgrade. Killing enemies build up your chi, blue bar. Alright. You need chi to use your upgrades, right? Is that thing homing in on me? Oh crap, missed an upgrade. I'm sad. I missed an upgrade and now I'm sad. That's it. I want to play more of this. It's more fun than the other combat. Like the flying is more fun than the actual combat in the game. Wouldn't that attract a lot of attention?
This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser. Although, I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No, no. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected.
Sure.
A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it.
You call it back? It's a self-flying plane?
Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
I will speak to you when I'm ready to make use of my machine. Right. Sure.
Now we have everything we need to follow Master Li's captors to the Imperial City. I am eager to do so after all the resistance we've encountered.
Yes. Alright, let's talk to everyone, just in case we're missing something. How are you, Donstar?
Our time in the forest was very troubling to me. To see such distance between the concerns of men and spirits is something I am still getting used to. I have been sensitive to these things for as long as I can remember, but it was not always such a disturbing talent. There used to be harmony.
When did you notice a change?
It was very gradual. The world just seems to be filling up with spirits that have no place to go. That this affected even the forest shadow is very disturbing.
Yes, disturbing. Very.
It makes me wonder how deep the trouble goes, and what mortals like us are supposed to do about it. What do you think? Master Li thought you were tied to this somehow. Can you comfort me?
What? Comfort yourself. I have no interest in helping the weak grow dependent. I don't know, but I'm glad you wanted me to. What?
Your appreciation is just what I was looking for, and I am grateful. I know we will do what we can, even if the world moves in ways we cannot fathom.
Is she hitting on me? What's going on here?
I am glad we can talk like this. It soothes my mind. I hope we can continue another time.
That's the weirdest thing.
Be well, my friend.
Awkward relationships. Alright, so let's talk to everyone. I mean, a lot of people have arrows on their heads. So, Wildflower.
What do you want?
Hi. What do you think of our current situation?
I think we should keep going. The Guardian says so too. The city is the center of the Empire. All roads lead there. All winds too! We can fly! I've always wanted to fly.
Yes, you can fly.
Is there anything else you wanted?
No, I'm a little disturbed by how excited you are about flying.
Okay.
Handpicked how?
Thank you again for rescuing me from those things. I owe you my deepest gratitude. Is there some way I can be of assistance?
What do you think of our current situation?
It would seem that we at last have the means necessary to get us back to the Imperial City, and for that I should be very glad. However, I must now face the greatest trial of all. My sweet wife will no doubt be waiting for me. Soon my time with the cannibals will be nothing but a fond memory.
Tell me about your life before you captured.
As I mentioned, I am but a simple bun master, with a dear wife who has turned my life into a miserable cesspool devoid of humor and excitement. Bless her soul. My wife ensures that I work very hard every day to become the best bun master in the Imperial City, perhaps the best in all the Empire.
Nice buns, bro.
Though I was one of the most respected fighters in the Empire before I met my precious bride, she made sure that I became something more, or less.
So, that's too bad how. Why doesn't she like you fighting? Just divorce her and get it over with. Why did that, just divorce her and get it over with? Maybe if you don't like what you're doing now, then you should leave. Why doesn't she like you fighting?
As I mentioned before, my style requires that I drink. She detests drinking, though there are things she detests even more, like talk of us separating. My loving wife would knead me into several small dumplings and boil me in hot oil if she suspected I was even speaking to you about leaving her.
So you should
Life
leave
is
her.
not all bad, though. I may have lost all my dignity and self-respect, along with my ability to fight, or even make a tight fist. But I am a bun master of some renown.
Well, that's something to be proud of, I guess. When we get you home, I'll speak with your wife. I think it's time you told your wife what you think.
I would sooner return to the cannibals and offer them what little flesh is left on my bones. But let's not discuss such things, if you don't mind. Perhaps.
That's all for now.
As you wish. I will be here waiting impatiently if you require anything.
I mean, sure. So let's talk to the ones with the arrows. I suppose there's like relationship quest things for the ones with the arrows. So we should talk to these guys.
Something's on your mind?
No, something's on your mind. I can tell because there's an arrow on your head.
Of course, I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
Because you're a loser. How does it make you feel? How long were you searching for him? You're not gonna force the depression on me. How long were you searching for him?
3 years. 3 long years of tracing these slavers to their master, only to find that there were more above him.
Of course there are. What did you expect?
I also found a strong ally, but I'm not sure if the greater consolation lies in your ability, determination, or beauty. I look forward to finding out.
The consolation is that you finally found someone who can get things done, unlike you. Don't get any ideas, you're only here because you're useful.
Oh, I never get ideas, only impressions. Don't worry about what I will accomplish. Finding Gao is only the beginning.
You barely found him, and you didn't even kill him. I killed him.
Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone.
Well done, bro. Well done. How did you eventually catch up with them?
There are ways to track men who don't want to be found. It's all a matter of time and dedication.
Well, you wouldn't have needed so much time if you chased them right away.
But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
You haven't told me how you found Gao.
We'll talk about Gao later. We have much to do, and none of it'll be accomplished if we stand here hashing over the past.
I want to take his head and smash it against the wall right now.
Always happy to help.
This guy. Hi.
What? What do you want?
What do you want? You have an arrow on your head. What did you do before you took the current situation?
What are you asking me for? You've got everything you need to make that flying machine go. So, let's go already. I'm looking forward to getting to the Imperial City. They've got the cheapest wine in all the Empire. And plenty of it.
You could accomplish a lot more than just drink.
Why does it matter? I was born by my mother and sucked at her teat like every man. Well, like every man does with his mother.
Sure.
Anyway, by the time I was old enough to swing an axe, my father was dead and my mother disowned me. Of course, killing my father might have given her reason.
Why'd you kill your father?
I think she did it out of shame. My father beat me and my brother senseless, and made our lives miserable. Either way, that was the end of my childhood.
Alright, well that makes sense. That does make sense. What did you do then? That was a brave thing you did. I can't believe you killed your father. That was a brave thing you did.
Ha! I wasn't brave. I was furious. And he was drunk. It was an easy fight.
Him being drunk made him vulnerable to
I traveled
you.
a lot after that, begging for some things and taking the rest. Tough times, but not the worst. My axes and my wits kept me alive.
Your wits, huh? That must have been very difficult.
You'd think a 7-year-old might be an easy target, but I soon learned just where to cut a man to make him squeal like a pig. Ah, those were the days.
Those are what days? You had to kill people to stay alive. Tell me something about your past.
No, we got better things to do right now. Maybe I'll feel like talking after I've blooded...
Alright, that's all.
Nah.
Weirdos, what a bunch of weirdos. Alright, well, let me just see what I can buy. I want to see what I can buy. We are going to the Imperial City next, which I suppose means a lot of running around and exploring. Guess we should do that too. So, where were the shops? Let's see. Oh, was I supposed to talk to, the magistrate again? Was he supposed to give me something?
You're crazy. Times have never been better.